What's up, guys? This is Simon. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about how to build wealth at a young age or in your 20s, what you should be doing, what you should be aware of, and how you can amass a certain amount of money to enjoy the lifestyle that you want to enjoy as you get older. So before I get into this video, I remind you guys, hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. As always, I appreciate it. Let's get into this video. So I remember myself being a young man. I had a few jobs here and there, a pizza place. I worked at an electronics store called The Good Guys, then Best Buy, which is a big electronics store chain. Ever since those jobs, I saw people coming in and purchasing the goods that I could not afford. Someone would drop, $10,000 on a TV flat screen at that time. Those were the prices. I always wanted to know what that individual did or how that individual built wealth. And as I did more research into it, I realized that in order to acquire a good amount of wealth, you have to have the proper planning. This video kind of goes over what you should do at a young age and where you should start to acquire or get on the path of wealth building. So the very first step is understanding what wealth is. So in order to be wealthy, you need to understand multiple aspects of money, including taxes, 401ks, savings, interest rates, and everything like that. So the first thing I recommend you guys do is educate yourself on a lot of those aspects that are going to involve money. Whether it's the interest rate you're getting from your bank account, your investments in the stock market, and whether it is the taxes that you're going to owe at the end of the year. All of these things are going to either prohibit you from collecting wealth or make you understand what you need to make in order to survive through the year and in the future. So you got to understand that you could set aside more money over a long period of time versus a short period of time. It will definitely take a large amount of time for you to save every day so that you can invest that money back into the stock market or into any account that yields you a higher interest rate, and that is going to take patience and time and diligent planning. It's very easy to afford or be able to save $50, $100, $200 when you're younger and invest that every month or every 2 weeks from your paycheck, have that grow a continuous interest, and before you know it, 10 years down the line, that $50, $100 that you're saving is going to balloon into thousands upon thousands of dollars if they're invested in the proper accounts.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
And if you're not young and you still want to invest, you can multiply your investment. So instead of investing, say, $100, you can invest $500 a month to catch up for all the years that you've missed on not investing when you were younger. You can't get wealthy without the stock market. The stock market is one of the greatest tools to acquire wealth, and you have to be in the stock market. In fact, the biggest 500 companies, or the Fortune 500 or the S&P 500, from 1928 to 2014 have an average annual return of 10%. That means that it is much higher percentage than you would get at your bank account savings rate. So the stock market is essential to get your annual return money back with a great investment. Now, there may have been some negative returns, say in 2008 and some of the other times the stock market has crashed.
Down 1.7% here, a loss of 37 points or so. Apple shares are just getting hammered this morning.
We're down by between 3 and 4.5% generally across these markets.
Let's talk about the speed with which we are watching this market deteriorate.
We're red everywhere, essentially, down by 4-5%.
We're down over 16%.
Dow at the same time has fallen about 18%.
It was the worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
But overall, if you take the average between those years, you're getting at least 10%, and that's not even being aggressive with your investments in the stock market. Aggressive investors get 12 to 15% easily on the stock market return. Typically, your money will almost double every so many compounded years. For example, if you're investing X amount of dollars, every 5 to 10 years, you should double up your money with everything you're investing as you continue to invest into the stock market. So although I prefer the stock market over the savings accounts because savings accounts don't pay you that much in interest, having a savings account is essential as well to stability. I do recommend that you always defer a certain amount of your pay into the savings accounts as well. If you're not good at about doing the transfer into the saving account manually. You could always set up an automatic transfer from one of your bank accounts into the savings account. This way you know that every month or every 2 weeks, $100 is guaranteed to go into your savings account. What that limits is you spending that extra money on something you may not need. It will prevent you from using that money, having the cash sit in your savings account for a rainy day, earning hopefully a good interest. So using compounding when you invest is essential, and let's go into that a little bit here. Your money that is sitting in the savings account should be moved into investment accounts. An investment vehicle could be the stock market or anything like that, and compounding interest will make your investments grow that much faster. The longer it rolls in the compound interest, the faster it grows. So when you're compounding your investment, you're earning interest on interest. Overall, it's going to be a much faster gain in income than any other vehicle out there. So over time, are you not only earning interest on your original investment, but you're also earning interest on the interest you've earned. And that's why you could double up your money. A lot of people talk about buying the dips, whether it's on cryptocurrency or the stock market or anything like that. If you're invested in a vehicle that you feel will grow, a lot of people constantly buy shares in the dips or even buy coins in the dips, knowing that potentially that price will go up. When you're buying the dips also, it's a good way to understand that you're getting more shares for a potential lower price if that price continues to go up. On annual, again, the stock market goes up 10% in the S&P 500, so you know that's going to continuously go up. So you have to let your wealth compound. So if you're investing in bonds, for example, you're getting the multiplying effect, interest and on interest investment. And for stocks, the compounded interest is generating earnings on your prior dividends. So you should always reinvest any interest or dividend and let that roll as well to gain even more wealth as the markets continue to grow. For example, let's say at 25 years old, you start saving $100 per month with a 6% interest, which is not over the top. By age of 65, you would have invested $48,000.
You can do it!
That money would actually grow to nearly $200,000 with compound interest.
That would be great.
In contrast, let's say you started saving until 40, but you saved $200 a month at the same interest rate of 6%. By the age of 65, you would have invested $60,000.
It's all gold.
However, you would not have that much time for your interest to compound. Therefore, you would have less money eventually at around $140,000 or so. So the sooner you invest, the better. And to make up time, you would have to put in a radically different amount of money later on in life just to get back what the compound interest would have made you if you were a younger investor. So invest early. So my favorite investment vehicles are obviously buying stocks. I've also purchased some cryptocurrency. You could see that here on my channel. Also comment below. Let me know what type of investments you guys have made and what are your favorite investments, whether it's stocks, crypto, mutual bonds, 401k, which is a traditional employment investment vehicle. Also, if you're in the 401k, know what your 401k manager is doing so that you could benefit. Overall, my opinion is invest wherever you can. Always get a good financial advisor. Don't settle for a no-name financial advisor. Try to go with a reputable agency. Try to find one that will accept the small amount of limits that you can offer that firm, as a lot of these bigger agencies want $500,000 or $1 million of equity to start investing because they earn 1% on the bulk load of money. Make sure that you find someone that you work well with, interview about 5 different companies, get them assigned, and start investing early. Whether or not you make $3,000 a month, take a couple $100 of that $3,000 a month, talk to your advisor and see what you could roll it into so you could start earning that compound interest, which will help you with retirement later on. It'll help you save some money, and it'll put you in a much better situation when you are older and ready to retire. Also, check out my retirement video, as this channel is about entrepreneurial advice and financial planning. Let me know what you think of that video as well. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you guys here in the next video. Again, reminder, hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Good luck with your investments.
Let's get to work. Yeah!